Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Paranormal Ripples. I am Ray, and this is another episode of Abandoned Legacies. This is episode 7, and I'm delving into an eerie topic again with the haunting shipwreck of the SS Richard Montgomery, which is which is shipwrecked off the coast of Isleofsheppey, in between Isleofsheppey and Southend, and that in the Thames estuary. So I'm going to delve into what happened on that fateful night when it got shipwrecked and what is on board this ship, and I'm going to let you know what the impact would be if the tank happened to it, and why nothing's been done about it, basically. So if you like this video, please hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, all that good stuff, and stay tuned for this nice big spine tingling episode. Well, I'll say spine tingling, but I don't think it'll be spine tingling as such. So let's find out what happened with the SS Richard Montgomery, shall we? So, for all of you that you don't know, the SS Richard Montgomery was a ship that was built in America, obviously. Hence the name SS Richard Montgomery. It was built in Jacksonville, Florida, and that. So let's just open the Wikipedia and I'll show you. Let's just get rid of that. And I'll show you my screen. Boom. Here's the SS Richard Montgomery. Told you it's American. It got built in Jacksonville, Florida for $2.2 million back then when it was built. God, could you imagine that now? It was completed, it was laid down in 15th of March 1943, launched 15th of June 1943, and then completed 29th of July 1943, but then a year later it got grounded. And then it broke in half 6 days later and sank. Not good, right? Not good at all. But yeah, we're going to look at what was on board as well. But here you go. It was built during World War II. She was named after Richard Montgomery. This guy, who was born in Swords, Dublin, Ireland, and now he died in Quebec City, British America at the time. Look. And then he went to Manhattan to be buried. Basically, he fought in the war against us. There you go, an Irish officer who fought in the American Revolutionary War. It was wrecked on the North Sandbank in the Thames estuary near Sheerness in August 1944 while carrying a cargo of munitions, about 1,400 tons or 1,500 short tons of explosives that have remained on board, presents an hazard, but the likelihood of explosion is claimed to be remote. Yeah. There you go. But here you go. It was constructed. She was by St. John's River Shipbuilding Company. She was sponsored by Mrs. Rockwell, the wife of the director, and was launched on 15th of June. She was the 7th of the 82 Liberty ships built by that yard. So yeah, you can see where this is going, can't you? She was allocated to Aguilines Incorporated on 29th of July 1943. I think it's Aguilines. Or Aguilines. Right. Then in August of 1944, when she come over here, it was really a final voyage. Because then they were going to let her rest up then. Well, it let him rest up. You know, it's a she. The ship left Ogg Island, Philadelphia, Yeah. Og Island. If you don't know where Og Island is, guys, there you go. Let's go geoac. And then go map. There you go. Right there. So basically, there you go. Og Island. So basically, out of Delaware. Yep, out of Delaware. Into this a bit. And then she come all the way over to here. And she's ended up being shipwrecked. Right out here. Yeah, right out here. Yeah. Not a good voyage that wasn't, but yeah. There she had been loaded with 6,127 tons of munitions. She travelled from the Delaware River to the Thames Estuary, which I said, then anchored while awaiting the formation of a convoy that was going to travel with her to Cherbourg, France, which had then come under Allied control on the 27th of July 1944 during the Battle of Normandy. So, yeah. That's crazy. So they got that so she was waiting for the convoy to come and escort her down to Cherbourg. Yeah. That didn't happen though, did it? No. Here you go. When the Richard Montgomery arrived off Southend, she came under the authority though of the Thames Naval Control at HMS Lee, located at the time at the end of Southend Pier. Located at the end of Southend Pier. The harbour master, responsible for all shipping movements in the estuary at the time, ordered the ship to a berth off the north edge of Sheerness, Middlesex, an area designated as the Great Nore Anchorage. So on the 20th of August, when she got grounded, she dragged anchor and ran aground on a sandbank around 250 meters or 820 feet from the Medway approach tunnel in a depth of 24 feet or 7.3 meters of water. Yeah. No, not good. Then the general dry cargo Liberty ship, at an average of 28 feet or 8.5 meters, by the Richard Montgomery was trimmed to a draft of 31 feet or 9.4 meters. Then as the tide went down, the ship broke her back on the sands near Isleofsheppey, about 1.5 miles or 2.4 kilometers from Sheerness and 5 miles from Southend. Yeah. Not smart. That wasn't. Then a Rochester-based stevedore company was given a job to remove the cargo, which began 3 days later using the ship's own cargo handling equipment. But by the next day, the ship's hull had cracked open, causing several cargo holds at the bow end to flood. The salvage operation continued until 25th of September, so long after it got it broke in half. But the ship was finally abandoned then before all the cargo had been recovered. Subsequently, though, the vessel broke into two separate parts, roughly amidships, like it says there. So yeah, I'll show you some articles in a minute. But yeah, that's what was on board. 286 lots of 2,000-pound high explosive bombs, 4,439 lots of 1,000-pound bombs, 1,925 500-pound bombs, 2,815 fragmentation bombs and bomb clusters, various explosive booster charges, various smoke bombs, including white phosphorus bombs, various pyrotechnic signals. I mean, sorry about that, guys and girls. But yeah, that's what's on board. So about 1,400 tons. Yeah. And an investigation in the New Scientist magazine, this one, in 2004, based partly on government documents released in 2004, concluded that the cargo was still deadly at the time and could be detonated by a collision, an attack, or even just the shifting of the cargo in the tide. The deterioration of the bombs is so severe, though, that they could explode spontaneously, and in documents declassified shortly before revealed that the wreck was not dealt with immediately after it happened or in the intervening 60 years due to the expense. So yeah. And then the Maritime and Coast Guard Agency nevertheless believes that the risk of a major explosion is remote. There you go. The UK government's receiver of wreck commissioned a risk assessment in 1999, but this risk assessment has not been published. Wonder why. And then the Maritime and Coast Guard Agency convened with local and port authorities at the time to discuss the report in 2001 and concluded that doing nothing was not an option for much longer. But they've not done anything, have they? Here you go. But this is one of the reasons why they won't do anything. One of the reasons that the explosives have not yet been removed was the unfortunate outcome of a similar operation back in 1967 of July of 1967 to neutralize the contents of the Polish cargo ship Kelchi. That sank in 1946. So that was the same year, 2 years after the Montgomery went down. In Folkestone, well, it was off Folkestone, in English Channel. During preliminary work, Kelchi exploded with a force equivalent to an earthquake measuring 4.5 on the Richter scale, digging a 20-foot deep crater in the seabed and bringing panic and chaos to Folkestone, although there was no injuries. Kelchi was at least 3 or 4 miles from land and it had sunk in deeper water than the Richard Montgomery and had just a fraction of the load of explosives. Yeah. Sorry about that, guys. But yeah, so Kelchi is one of the reasons why they won't go in and get explosives. But then back in 1970, there was a BBC News report at the time, and it was determined that if the wreck of Richard Montgomery exploded, they would throw a 300-meter or 980-foot wide column of water and debris nearly 9,800 feet or 3,000 meters into the air and generate a wave of 16 feet high. Almost every window in sheerness, so about 20,000, would be broken, and buildings would be damaged by the blast. However, news reports back in 2012, including one by BBC Kent, stated that the wave could be about 1 meter high, or 3.3 feet, which, although lower than previous estimates, would still be enough to cause flooding in some of the coastal settlements. So, yeah, that is crazy. That is crazy. Oh yeah, I've got Cobra. Done a little thing on it. But yeah, look, then there's BBC done this. Look, back last month, a new delayed timeline has been set for safety works on a shipwreck full of explosives after a new survey detected 18 metallic objects around it. There you go. Decades later, government efforts began to try and remove the masts in case they fell onto the cargo and detonated. But the aim now is to carry out the mass removal work within the next year. The surveyors have also said that it was unclear exactly what the items were, as if they were buried in river mud, but there were no plans to remove them. Like, I'm not being disrespectful. I'm surprised that nothing's been done about it. Have you guys? Look. You know what I mean? I'm surprised that nothing's been done. Look. Professor David Alexander from University College London is an expert in risk and disaster reduction and has studied the SS Richard Montgomery in detail. He previously told BBC London that a top event is all of that. That goes up and there's an almighty blast and a huge column of water and debris and stuff. And we still have analogues of that from around the world where that has happened in the past. So it's not totally an unforeseen event. The risk is the risk to nearby infrastructure could be on the scale of a minor tsunami in the worst case scenario, he added. And he thinks authorities should try to remove the explosive, although he admits the work wouldn't be cheap. And he would probably need robots. So let me know in the chat or comments what you think. Look, there's a wreck on this map. Look. Remember, if you're enjoying this, please hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. This is just crazy though. You know. So what do you guys think? Should it be brought up, or is it too much of a risk? No, because over the years, 24 near misses have been recorded since 1981. Look, and once a cargo vessel actually hit the wreck, knocking down one of her guns and demolishing a ventilator. What the consequences of a large passenger ferry in the wreck would be, God only knows. I mean, like, that is nuts, isn't it? Like, I'm not being acceptable. Like, could you imagine though if that was a thing? Like, I wouldn't even know what to do. I'm not being rude. I think they should be brought up about in time, but just trying to find something else for you guys, ain't on. But yeah, that's crazy. Here's some people's comments down here. Look, like, that Pat says that she sent a childhood annual holidays in sheerness because her nan lived in Unity Street. We always took a trip round the old wreck and heard so many scary stories, like it could easily explode. Like, it is crazy. Um, what else? We have Carl Spark. He lives in Gravesend in Kent, and in the summer when the tide is out, sometimes you can see the wreck. She does look good. Why should people muck around with ships like this when, as you say, it's our history, and no one else's? So leave it alone. I often go and sit there on the beach just to see her. That's back in 2009. And these some of these comments. Look, there's train 10. Look. The other interesting thing about Sheppey is Minster Cliffs. Have they crumbled into the sea yet? Look. Yeah, this guy's made a good point. This Steve character. Hang on. I'll soon let you know what he says. Hang on, guys. He goes, if a World War II bomb is found, homes are evacuated for blocks around. But the Richard Montgomery is only located at 1.5 miles from Sheerness and 5 miles off Southend, and it's a ticking time bomb. On deck are fused and ready to go are cluster bombs if some were to fall through the corroding deck, detonating all of it. Then in 2001, they concluded that doing nothing was an order, which I said, yeah. The government says it's safe, but there have been a number of near misses. Why are we leaving people at risk if this had happened further up the river near the Houses of Parliament? I'm sure funds would have been found long ago. Yeah, I can understand that. Yeah. I can understand what you're saying there, Steve. Really, I feel like something should be done, something should be done. No, what's this? Oh, yeah. Carl again, coming in now. Any other latest comments? 2015. Look, who the hell cares about an airport that isn't built yet? There you go. That was when the rumours that they were going to look at building an airport in Thames estuary off Sheppey. The government, like, that's crazy. But then they were not worried about that, was they? There you go. For up to date information, there you go. Richard Montgomery matter and follow links from the website. There you go. Look, does it work? Look. That's from last year. Look, for 79 years, you have been resting peacefully on the seabed, but for how much longer? That is a valid question there, guys. Look, like, I'm not being disrespectful. Something should be done. You know, you you would think that something needed to be done. By now, surely. You know, you would think that something needed to be done by now, surely. No, no, I'm not being disrespectful. Let's have another look. Pardon me. Sea mines. These are two types of which these are two types which 100s, if not thousands of British World War One to World War Two are still tethered on the seabed. Hang on, I'm opening a new thing. On the seabed around the estuary in full working order because of their design. These are magnetic and acoustic mines. Without going into the technical details of these mines, basically, they are held by an anchor firmly to the seabed by a cable and electrical release mechanism on the seabed independent of the mine itself. So when a ship passes over, it is detected by sound or the ship's magnetic field, and the release operates, allowing the mine, which is like a buoy, has positive buoyancy and goes straight to the surface where it floats partially submerged. Look. Like, I'm not even said fools. Something should be done. You would think so, wouldn't you? Look, more. See? So what do you guys think? Look, there you go. I'll tell you, there's another new thing. Look, hang on. I just seen. Must have guessed forwarded it. A new serious interesting problem has arisen. As a national grid LNG storage on the nearby Isle of Grain, over here, as the largest 1 million cubic unit or CU in it, it's cubic unit in it. I think it's cubic unit. Yeah, cubic meter. Yeah. Cubic meter storage. Capacity of liquid natural gas in Europe, with the largest surface silos in the world, each bigger than the Royal Albert Hall, that would be instantly demolished by the Montgomery blast and vaporize the gas to mix with 4 times its weight of oxygen in the air and produce an explosive blast equivalent of 160 bombs, which was dropped on Hiroshima without the radiation, destroying everything for many miles around in the UK and Europe, with the resulting loss of many millions of lives, according to explosives expert Mike Barker, MBE, or Member of British Parliament, bomb disposal. Now that is interesting. So Isle of Grain has got that. So you're telling me that when they've done this idea that they thought it'd be smart to put something there. Like, what the fuck, guys? You know that that's right in the middle of the fucking Thames estuary, and you thought, oh, I know, let's put the liquid natural gas on the Isle of Grain. What? No. Look. Documents as well. Look. all the documents, see? You know? No, well, they're not the actual document from the actual place, but why would be not like, look, that was what they say, that looks like what it could have been like. The size, like, yeah, I can't imagine that, you know? You know what I mean? Yeah. And the last comment on here, I'll read it because, and it's from Odette Nelson. It seems there are a lot of opinions, and that is as it should be. Everyone deserves a say. However, I am concerned there's a majority of uninformed comments. What is the report from the people in the know about the risk of explosion of the ordnance still at risk? The disposal experts, people who understand the geology and topology of the areas affected by an explosion and the consequences. The range of land affected by a following tsunami. Will the Thames Barrier be able to rise in time, for example? Will London be able to protect itself in the tube underground? Or the Roldin or Lee rivers prevent flooding? The information is very sparse in this respect. I agree. You can't write any more comments, obviously, because, as I said, the old author passed away in 2015, bless him. Peter Mitchell. But the government needs to do something with this before it does go up. And with that now posing a risk on the grain, you know what I mean? Like, what the hell? Doesn't sit well, does it? Look, Jetstream tours still going around their old doing Montgomery look. Another article which look you can look at. Look, this was taken last year on again and posted on the Kent Online website. Look, delayed. Look, that's what it was like when it was like operational. And then Gordon Anderson. You know what I mean? No, don't have to read it. Yeah, look. There's even Reddit on the topic. Look on in submechanical mechanophobia. Yeah. I think submechanophobia or submechanophobia is the fear of submerged objects. I could be wrong. Yeah, there's a fear of submerged human-made objects. And there you go. Well, that's crazy, but look, look. 5 years ago, year ago, 7 months ago was the latest one. Look, like what the hell? You know what I mean? So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Um, no, I saw the screen for 2 seconds. So just need to check something, guys. Hang on. That's that. Right. Hang on. Right. It's back. But yeah, like, can you imagine? Like, all this catastrophe. Look, and that was that report done? No, this is a 1999 2000 report. Here we go. Look, this is all available online for you guys. I'd recommend going to have a look at this because it is very, very telling and interesting. No, I'm not reading this for it's taken in between 25th and 26th of July 1999 using SRD seabed visualization system. Yeah, visualization system from 1999. You should do what we are. You should redo it now because it's 2024. You know, silly twats. There you go. Recommendation there. No, no, all the information there. Talking about the Kelchi explosion that happened, so they don't want to, go forward with it. Basically, in case it happened here. 28 pages here, but like I said, go and read them all. It is very, very telling. You know, there you go. Taken out by the Maritime and Coast Guard Agency in Southampton. Yeah, they had to go all the way from Southampton to Blue Sheppey just to do this. And like I said, this was released in 2000. Look. The University College of London. This is David Alexander's. With like look, the guy who said he studied it. Look, obviously, as you know about me, I grew up down here, so this is why I'm very interested in all this, you know. But it's just crazy how it's been left so long. You know, look. Now the last update, last month, see. So I don't think there's any more updates now in the news. Like from these 1 month ago, January, 1 month ago, 3 weeks ago. Look, see. You see what I mean? Blast fears as jet skis and dinghies seem too close to doomsday wreck. This was last year, in last summer. Well, then they should have done something about it sooner. You know? But just research this, guys. It is a very interesting topic. Seriously, I would like research the hell out of this. You know? You know what I mean? Like, it's absolutely crazy. You know? So, like I said, I'm going to leave it now. I'm going to leave this part here, everyone. So I'm going to have to go and refuel and everything. Thank you all for watching. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. And hit the notification bell so you know when I'm going to go live. So you can come in and interact with me. Also, like I said, go and research this up now or when you get time. This is an amazing like thing because yeah, I would recommend like studying every scenario. And if you got any ideas, also what they could do, the government or whatever, let me know in the comments because I'd love to hear your thoughts. Um, so yeah, like, comment, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Follow and like my TikTok and Facebook pages at Paranormal Ripples. And I'll see you again later. Take care, everyone, and have a good rest of your night. See you later.